Okay, it is not letting her in. So I don't know why it's not letting you in. Don't know how to help either. Um, but my guest request is open. If you do disagree with the topic, feel free to jump in the guest request. Otherwise, I appreciate if you tap the screen because it gets the likes up, and when the likes are up, then I get people to debate in here. Pretty simple. That's actually how it works. That's how the algorithm works. So for everyone liking the screen, I do really appreciate it. Yeah, that's literally all you have to do. You literally just have to tap the screen. Is that no, it's a Blues jersey. Naya, hey, how are you? Good to see you in here. I knew you'd be here. I saw you were one of the, I'm gonna fix the mic here. I saw you were one of the people that was up pretty late last night, and sorry that I had promised to go live, and then the people that I saw were up in the Discord were going to bed, so I was like, fuck it, it doesn't matter at this point. So I do apologize. I hope you weren't waiting for me. Emily, good to see you. It's been a while, Emily. I hope you're doing well. How are you? Emily, subscribe to me. I gotta make my friends subscribe to me, because if my friends don't, then who does, right? Emily, subscribe to me. Is Hannah in here? Is my ooh, I gotta put this in the Discord that I'm live. Whoopsies. Whoopsie. I always fuck this up. Okay. Yeah, I knew this topic would go to shit. Yeah. We are... Is my live like for... 75's horrible. That's horrible. We can do better than that. All right. I'm gonna have to change the topic. Abortion never works. I think abortion doesn't work, and just remember this, for the most part, because people that are pro-life, it usually takes a lot of intellect to be able to debate abortion. And quite frankly, people on the right and that are pro-life usually don't have the skills to debate it. And I'm serious about this. And Lefty, you have thousands of viewers. Like, it's just, I can see in my guest request right now, right? Like, as I'm going live, people that have Trump flags, Confederate flag, like, you name it. Like, they're clearly pro-life, they're clearly right. And I go in and I see them, I can look at their following list, and I can see they have the amount of followers to be able to go live, but they never come into debate. Never. And so, yeah, I don't know. And honestly, you can even tell just by reading the comments, like, does the baby have a say in this? No, something that is non-sentient cannot have a say in something because they aren't sentient and they're not alive. So, funny how science works, but yeah. Like, even JB in here won't come debate. He'll just trash in the comments, you know. But this isn't surprising, right? I mean, you guys already know that people don't have the intellect to come in and debate, right? They just do what they do in the comments because that's all they have. JB says, how can you come in here and debate? You can start by posting better content so that you get more followers because you're under the minimum threshold. But anyways, yeah, okay, well, it's sending out a little more now. This topic is horrible. Hannah, Naya DM me. This is or JB, join the Discord. I have sources in there. I debate in there sometimes. I'm more than welcome to set up a time with people in the audience for you and I to debate. Yeah, Pink's, yeah, and to be under the moon was just said this, but yeah, if you don't have enough followers to go live, either one of two things: either you just got TikTok, or your content is so bad. To be honest with you, I see people post like bot videos and they still have over 200 followers. Yeah, we're changing the topic here. Hannah really wanted abortion. I'm going to need to make a different background because I think the algorithm, I don't know why it's not pushing this one out, but our viewers just peaked and they're dropping now. So we are going to have to unfortunately change the topic. it doesn't work. I don't know. And abortion just, again, by itself is hard because this is one of the more intellectual topics. And so, people don't want to come in and debate it because, usually people, it's not like gun control. It's not like vaccines where people are like, have anecdotal stories of these things, right? Especially when a man's coming on. And so there's a pretty small niche of people that will actually debate abortion. And they have to have enough follow, whatever. And it doesn't send out for what it's worth. So, Republicans can't debate anything anyway. So we're just going to have to move on here. I'm going to have to restart the live again. Sky Silver, I appreciate the heart me. Even though I just found out those were 1 cent. I didn't think they were 1 cent. I just found out they were worth one. Of course. Big Sir fan. Not biggest. Big Sir. Big Sir. So we're going to have to change the topic. Well, actually, I'm going to have to restart the live, really, because... Oh, maybe it's not worth one, but I don't know. Oh, wait a minute. I think we might have someone in here. Before I change the topic. I don't know. Oh, wait a minute. Hey, Lum, you got a pretty bad echo there, brother. Hey, thank you for the golden gamepad, and thank you for the hand heart, Sky. I really appreciate it. Lumbar, are you here? You muted your mic, sir.
Oh, yeah, I'm here.
Hey, good to hear you. What would you like to talk about?
Well, you asked why I'm pro-life?
Yes. Why are you pro-life?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, why wouldn't I be? I mean, it's a life. I mean,
sure. Have you ever killed an ant or a plant or pulled a weed?
I mean,
those are all alive.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, I try my best not to kill any bugs or wildlife or anything like that. Unless I got to.
Okay. So because something's alive, you shouldn't kill it?
No, that's not what I'm saying. Well, what I'm saying is,
okay,
as you got a baby in your belly, you shouldn't you shouldn't kill it, Or,
well, is it a baby? Is it a fetus? Is it an embryo? I mean, what are you referring to?
I mean, it's a baby. It's a baby.
At a certain stage, it's a baby, but it's not a baby for what I'm referring to. Not before 24 weeks, it isn't.
But I mean, if you let it live, I mean, what is it going to be? It's going to be a baby, going to be a person.
Fantastic, but it's not one yet. That's the difference. Right.
Well, no, I don't think it make any difference.
Okay, so your reasoning is because it will be?
It will be if you leave it alone.
I guess so. I don't know what argument Parker uses in this circumstance. I don't even know. I mean, that's sure. I mean, I guess so. If it's not one yet, but you are bothered because it will be, basically that's your implication that the problem you're having is that when it's a baby, killing it certainly would be wrong. Would you have a problem with other people having an abortion before it achieves sentience?
I mean, I'm against abortion 100%.
Why are you against something that is terminating a clump of cells?
I mean, weren't you a clump of cells?
I sure was, and I'd rather not be here.
Well, speak for yourself. I mean, you can't speak for all the other babies that's about to be. I hate that
because
for you.
They don't have sentience for the most part. So, they're not going to be able to speak for themselves.
I mean, why don't you want to be here?
Irrelevant. I think life's shitty. I think life's shitty for most people.
I mean, why do you think that? Well, I mean, I can see why for most people, but why do you think for yourself in particular?
irrelevant. I'd rather not get into my personal life. But I know you're not trying to be rude. I don't really want to get into it. However, as far as, the choice goes for other individuals, whether it be they can't take care of it for financial reasons, whether it is for emotional reasons, for whatever it may be, wouldn't you value the life that is sentient, and that is actively making its own choices comparative to something that has no fingerprints, no heartbeat, no sentience, something that is quite literally cells within a womb? Why would you value that life more than the mothers and the fathers?
Well, it's called putting it up for adoption. I mean, if you can't handle it.
Do you understand how much trauma and money it costs to just put it up for adoption, on top of how many kids are already... We have 500,000 kids just circulating in our foster care system right now. Why would we do that? Are you willing to pay for their bills? Are you willing to give them therapy? Are you willing to do all that?
I mean... That's why I think more people should adopt, But that
doesn't really answer the question of, again, I gave you a very simple example. 65% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. Many more cannot afford to have a baby in the hospital, right? It's very expensive. With a copay or your deductible, we're talking thousands of dollars, assuming you have insurance. People don't have money for this shit, dude.
Well,
right?
I'm saying... I'm talking about the people that are wanting to have a baby but ain't had one yet or ain't impregnated yet. Maybe you should look at adoption. I mean, I'm pro-life.
Sure. For people that are fine, but you're not really answering the question of why you value, right, this clump of cells more than the sentience of a human being walking this earth. If they are more comfortable financially off, emotionally off, they will, just be better off not bringing a human into this world, whether it's they can't take care of it or whether they don't feel like putting a baby that they just had into a foster care system where it may take years for them to find a home, right? Maybe they don't want to put that child through suffering, because there's also a lot of guilt in throwing a kid in the foster care system, because turns out even if they do find a home and it is hard, they might not be in a very good home, sir. So you're putting a lot of contingencies on, the pregnancy goes smooth, which is very dangerous for a woman. They have the money. Most people don't. They're in a foster care system. Takes a long time to find a home. They find a home. It's probably not going to be a great one, right? It
ain't got to be great.
Sir, but that's my point. Okay. Again, the problem here is that you're being inconsiderate for the life that is already living, because you are valuing something that has no life in the womb, no heartbeat, right? No fingerprint, right? No sentience, nothing. You literally value the clump of fucking cells in the womb more than you value all of the lives outside of it, because you just want there to be another human here. You don't give a shit.
I know.
Icy Payne, thank you so much for that subscription. Icy, thank you so much. I love you so much, Icy. Thank you so much.
And what's that word you keep using?
What word? Sentience?
Yeah, what is that? What does that mean?
It is the capacity to be able to feel, think, describe. It's the ability to have the capacity for all of those things.
Okay, so just being alive.
That would be my definition of life. Yeah.
Okay.
Consciousness. Yeah. That's what Chad said. Yeah.
Okay.
So they won't be able to interpret pain, right? They won't be able to think, right? They don't know that they exist. So, they have no human experience.
Well, I mean,
they're literally brain dead.
What do you mean brain? I mean, they ain't got one yet. I mean, it's developing.
That's working. It doesn't just, no, they do. It depends what stage of pregnancy we're talking at, right? It's not like just at the 21-week mark, they don't have a brain, and then at the 22-week mark, now they have a brain and they can think, right? It's all, at 13 to 16 weeks, the skeletal system is continuing to develop and the fetus has fingerprints. So it depends when you're talking about, right? Most abortions happen prior to this, right? My cutoff is obviously when sentience can occur, such as that is restricted in Illinois. But by the 21 and 24 week, the fetus's brain continues to rapidly grow and the lungs are forming. But even at that point, the lungs and many of the other, vital functions of the human body are not ready to be functioning outside of the womb. So even at that point, it doesn't even have viability. So there's a lot of stages here of where people are literally taking a creature that has no viability, has no sentience, and we're placing that over the lives of other human beings. And I personally don't see how that makes sense.
Who's doing that? I don't think nobody's doing it. I ain't doing that.
Well, then can you justify all the reasons I gave you for why it would be a possibly problematic to bring a human life into the world? Because there's a lot of reasons that people don't have the time, don't have the money. There's a lot of reasons that people don't have the resources to do that. And you're just kind of assuming, oh, they do, just put it up for adoption. That's not how life works, brother.
I mean, just because you ain't got the resources for something, don't mean take it out on an innocent baby. That baby didn't do nothing.
But it's not a baby. We just discussed that.
But it is.
Define baby.
A small human.
Okay, so at 1 week, is it a baby?
What you mean at one? 1 week
after conception. At conception, what is it?
It's a baby. It's a baby in progress.
We would refer to that as a human zygote.
But that's a baby in progress, is it not?
It will be a baby that continues to progress, but no, that is not the term.
I ain't against Plan B and contraception and all that, but once it get going, you just need to let things happen.
Okay. I don't really think we're really getting anywhere. I don't really have I never debate this, so I don't really have any specific arguments prepared to really change your mind on it.
I can tell.
Clearly, but you're not really but you're also not really engaging with anything I'm saying. You're basically just saying, to everything I say, that you don't care, because despite the fact that it can't feel, it can't touch, it can't think, it can't be viable outside the womb, you just don't give a fuck, right? So
no, I do. I absolutely, I am.
You understand that plants and ants have more awareness than a fucking zygote and a fetus, right? You understand that, right? Like literal fucking ants, brother. Like that's the kind of life we're talking about. And you're like, fuck the human that's having it. Fuck the trauma, fuck the bills, fuck the foster care system. Let's just have them and hope we go for the best.
Things like that. You're going to have bills in life. That's something you ain't going to be able to avoid. But I'm just saying, you shouldn't be able to take that out on an innocent baby. If you can't take care of that baby, we got programs for that.
What's up?
Hey, how are you?
Good.
Good. What would you like to talk about?
You want to talk about something else besides the topic on here?
Absolutely. What would you like to talk about?
Dude. Shit. Well, I was listening to the conversation, so I'm going to mention a few things off that last conversation. So I will talk a little bit about this, but we can move on to something else. But I will say, pro-life, I don't care if anybody wants to have an abortion, have fun. But I am anti-illogical reasoning and trying to say just because you have a definition for what stage of life a human is at does not mean they're not human. So
I didn't say they weren't human. It's a human zygote.
But you are.
It contains.
Okay, why are you cutting me off, dude? I didn't finish my point.
I'm pretty sure I know where you're going with it, but go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to say you're justifying the notion that abortion is okay by dehumanizing humans.
When did I say that?
You said they have less conscience than an ant, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So
because they have no conscience. Because they have no conscience at all, sir.
Right. So they can't feel pain yet. So isn't that a justification?
Yeah, no pain, no thoughts, no anything.
That's my
Yeah.
point. That's my point. That's illogical and retarded reasoning. It's still a human being. I said.
Johnny, what's up, man?
Oh, hey, what's up, AJ?
Hey, how are you? What'd you like to... What's up?
What, can you hear me?
I can. What's up?
Sweet. Sorry, I didn't know I was on. So I'm a big fan of yours, man. I catch your lives whenever I can. I think
Appreciate
we agree on a lot of topics, to be honest with you. Matter of fact,
Good.
the last one before this one that you were talking about gun control. And I thought it was kind of cool because you brought up East St. Louis, which is actually where I'm from, born and raised.
Hey, way to represent, man.
Yep, yes, sir. So I love the Blues jersey. Go Blues.
Let's go. Yeah, you see it. Okay, cool. People
So that was the-
people. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're good. So yeah, we probably agree on a lot of topics. I like to consider myself more of a moderate. I do lean a little left, admittedly, but I do like to say I'm moderate, kind of left leaning. So like as far as the gun control, I do agree. And I think that someone brought up, it may have been you or the guest you had on, sensible gun laws for sure, but also kind of like addressing mental health and some of the other issues. And I think that's important when we're having that debate, right? Because there are other issues that are going on besides the law. So there's the law aspect of it, but there's also kind of a cultural change that I think needs to happen too.
Agree. Sure.
And so and mental health is one of the big things that, I think we need to address. I hope we're moving in the right direction on that. I hope so. I'd like to be optimistic. But it starts with having these conversations and everything. Everybody has a different level of understanding, but thank you for bringing light to these topics, right? It starts with the conversation. That's how we can learn and grow, and that's how things can change if we first talk about it. So that's the beginning. So you're doing the Lord's work out here. Good job.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for your kind words. I
Yeah, for
appreciate
sure. Keep doing what you do, man.
it. Will do. Stay safe.
All right, you too, brother.
Hampton, how are you?
Hey, how are you?
Doing good, man.
Hey,
What's your take?
Yeah, I just this is my first time being on this live. Just slapped by. I'm pro-life. I just wanted to
Thanks,
hear your
Axel.
argument. I just want to hear your argument, but I'll give mine first.
Thank you, Icy, for the hand heart.
I'm pro-life on the basis I'm a Christian. That's the basis of my of why I give humans value. But I also just believe that all humans are worthy of dignity and respect. So,
Does God give humans value?
yes.
Did he do that when he killed everyone in a genocide?
Define genocide.
The mass unaliving of human beings.
Yeah, okay. So if you're going to take the Christian worldview, do you agree to take the whole Christian worldview?
Yeah, that's why I'm
Fine.
using the Old Testament.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, if God, so did God give everybody life?
Yep, and then took it away
Right.
because
so
he was angry.
does he? But, that's fine. But does he define life?
It's not fine, actually.
Does he define life?
Do you not think it's not fine that he created everything? He created human beings in his own image, was upset at his own creation, and then killed him for it.
No, you're not letting me get to my argument. All right.
No. I just wanted you to answer that question, though.
No, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. If you would let me get to my argument, I'll tell you why.
Oh, you don't need to think there's anything wrong with it. Okay, then
No.
Hitler was good. Okay, keep going.
All right. So if I give somebody a gift, right? Is life a gift in the Bible? Do you know?
Yeah, I would consider. Well, maybe not in God's eyes, but sure.
Well, he calls it a gift, so it's a gift. If you gotta take the whole world.
Yeah, the writers call it a gift. I don't know if he does, but yeah.
All right. I mean, you're kind of playing the hokey pokey. You want to put your foot in and take one foot out, and not want to take the whole worldview, and that's fine. If you want to critique the worldview from outside,
No, I'll put my whole body in, brother. I'm the world.
okay. So
I don't.
So then it's a gift. You can't.
Hey, do actions speak louder than words?
Sure.
Okay, great. So God's actions of killing everybody speaks louder than him saying life is a gift. Because, you know, me saying life's a gift and then shooting up a bank isn't really valuing life, is it?
No, but you're not God. And
Okay.
It's a different view from you doing.
Oh,
that.
so
you
because
well, hold on.
because someone's God, he can kill. Okay, because he's God, he can kill everybody. Okay, got it. Okay, cool. Makes sense.
Okay, so like I've been trying to get you to say the whole time, is life a gift in Christianity? Yes or no? Do you know?
And I said it depends.
Depends on.
Depends on how you would view God's definition of valuing life.
Okay, obviously you don't know. All right, so yes, life is a gift.
I really like how you like that God says life's a gift, and you're like, oh, hey, you know, don't pick and choose. And you also said actions speak louder than words, but then somehow God committing a genocide, but him saying, oh yeah, but life's a gift is somehow not only not wrong, but justified. Like, that's kind of gross, dude.
Okay, yeah, I feel how you feel that way.
Well, no,
But
justify it. I want you to justify it for me, because you telling me you don't mind is one thing, but you have to justify it. Saying, "Oh, well, he's God, so he can do, so he can do it," that doesn't make something immoral or moral, right? So, will you justify it for me?
Okay, cool. For one, when we're taking a standard of morality, the only way we can have a standard of morality, an objective standard, is with God. Two, if we're going to go on the basis of taking on the whole Bible, then life is a gift from God. And if somebody stops giving you a gift, that is, I mean, no one is obligated to give you a gift forever. Two,
Oh, really? So if I give someone a handgun and then I say, hey, you know what, I'm going to take your gift and I'm going to shoot you with it, is that okay?
no.
Oh.
That analogy does not align. What the world?
Oh, it doesn't align. It doesn't align. God gave you the
That is
gift of life, and
terrible
then not only did he take the gift of the value of life away, but he killed you. I don't understand. What's the problem?
Whoa. If you got the gift of life, if you take that gift away, you no longer have life. But what you're saying, because I don't think you're following your own argument, you're saying that he took away the gift of life, which means you're no longer alive because you don't have the gift of life, and then he killed you with a gun. But how can he kill you again if you're already dead by taking the gift of life? I understand you might not like the Christian worldview. I'm cool with that. I'm fine with that, because the whole time I wanted to argue pro-life. But if you want to have a theology debate, we can do that too. But I want you to be consistent in your arguments, because you're not being consistent here. You're building straw man, setting them on fire.
What was a straw man that I used?
The straw man you used where you said, hey, God taking away life and then killing somebody with a gun. I'm like, bro, that is a terrible analogy, and that does not represent the Christian view.
That's what is not analogous about that. I gave someone a gift, I then killed them because I didn't want them to have the gift anymore. And the Bible, God gives them a gift.
No.
Can you stop talking? Can you stop talking when I'm talking? Because there's nothing. I know this is hard for your pea-sized brain, but let's be very clear here, right?
Okay.
God gave a gift. He took gift away. People died. I gave someone a gift. I took gift away. They died.
No,
what is not making sense in my argument?
Let me tell you.
Okay, if you keep talking when I'm talking, I'm gonna kick you.
You
right?
asked me a question.
Because everyone else in here understands something very simple. You started this entire bigoted argument with saying, "Hey, AJ, you know, if you're gonna talk about the Christian worldview, you need to take the whole worldview. You need to take the whole Bible. You can't just pick and choose." But it seems like what you're doing is actually the flip-flop of what I'm doing, which is understanding that, sure, God said gift is life, but then he also killed every baby, woman, and man and child on earth. And you're saying, it's, excuse me, sir, if you talk, this is really the last warning. I don't know why this is hard for you. Okay. And so the problem I'm having is you're saying, oh, it's okay for two reasons. One, he's God, and he said it was a gift. So as long as God understands it's a gift, then oh well. Because the only justifications you've given me is one, he's God, and two, that he said it was a gift in the Bible. That does not justify the killing of an innocent human being. You still have not given me a justification for that, right? So I am waiting from that from you. You need to justify the innocent killing of every human being on earth. Can you do that, Hampton?
I literally just did it. You're just not
With
listening.
a gift analogy? Really? That was your justification?
Okay, I just asked you, is it wrong to take away a gift from someone? Is it wrong?
It depends what the gift is. It depends what the gift is.
Okay, so it is wrong to take away a gift from someone that you are gifting them. You are obligated to give that gift forever.
It depends what the gift is, Hampton.
It depends on what the gift is. What is your moral standard for giving a gift forever?
What kind of question? What do you mean? What is your moral standard?
Where are you deriving the standard to say, hey, you are obligated to give your
Sure,
gift
yeah. So,
forever?
for instance, if I promise somebody, let me think, what would be a good example? Let's say somebody is really, really sick with some type of respiratory illness. Hannah, let's say someone is really sick with some respiratory illness. Maybe it's COVID, maybe it's the flu, I don't know. And they have, they don't have the money to go to the hospital and get proper treatment. But hey, their friend's a doctor and they have this lucky vaccine that's in their house, or maybe a ventilator, whatever you want to make it more realistic. They have the tools that this person needs to be able to keep them alive and get them better. And it would be a gift to them to let them come over and use their resources. But halfway through their treatment, their friend that's a doctor says, you know what? I am not going to let you use my gifts and resources anymore. As a matter of fact, I'm actually going to take you off them. They offered resources when they could have got them from somewhere else and then killed somebody. Willfully killed somebody. After they, right, were going to give them their life back, right? They were giving them life in that process, whether it was the ventilator or vaccine, whatever, and then they killed them. Because they didn't continue life. They knew that willfully taking them off the ventilator, whatever you want it to be, would kill them. And they did it. I would consider it, again, in any circumstance, to be extremely immoral for and I already told you this, so I don't know why you're re-asking the question, for the killing of an innocent human life, regardless if you want to use your little gift bag Christmas analogy, or God saying life's a gift, right? Giving someone a gift, right, and then taking it away and it resulting in any bodily harm, death, injury, or torture of another human being is immoral. And I have a question for you, because you may not agree with my answer, which of course Christians don't because they're disgusting. Can you justify this for me? Is Hitler okay for what he did?
For taking away the life of innocent Jews? No.
Yeah. Oh, okay. And why was Hitler not justified in doing that?
Because God called murder wrong.
Well, you can't really use that argument because God thinks murder's wrong, but then killed hundreds of thousands of people. So let's try that one again.
Whoa, killing.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. Let's try it. Let's try it again. Right. Thank you so much. So why is it wrong for Hitler to kill people?
I just told you, murder. Do you know the difference between murdering and killing? Obviously you don't. I just told you. Killing is not murdering. Murdering is taking life less unjustified, right? That's what murder is. Killing, like we killed deer, or if I was to try to take your life, AJ, and you was to say, hey, no man, no bueno, kill you, or sorry, take my life or end my life, that would be fine. That would not be murder.
Are you trying to tell me that the people that God killed wasn't murder? Those weren't innocent people living?
Well, for one, you just called it genocide. That's what you literally just called it.
And what is genocide?
Killing. That's what you just said. That was your definition.
Then I'll change it for you. It's the murder of innocent human beings. Notice I said innocent in the definition. Did you hear that, or was your hearing aid off?
I did hear that, but I
Okay,
was just saying
cool.
the definition you gave didn't.
And you understand definitions are
subjective.
subjective too, right? Definitions are subjective.
Right, I see, because you just changed
Oh,
yours.
Well, I had to change it to fit your little, your little mindset there. So, okay, so both are murder because innocent human beings that did nothing, right, died.
Right.
So
okay,
can you
but
differentiate
once again,
what
hold on,
God?
once again, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off. I know.
Yeah, what's the difference between the people God killed and the people Hitler killed? Can you tell me?
Yeah. Okay. So one, are we still taking the whole worldview, or do you just want to just pick and choose what you like out of the Bible and what you don't like?
Ooh, I don't think that's an answer to my question. Ouch.
No. Okay. Well, fine. If we're going by what the Bible says, then the Bible says that God gave the gift of life to people. Hitler did not give the gift of life to people. God is not obligated to give people life forever. Well, we'll also take the definition of death in the Bible. What's the definition of death? It's literally the separation from the body and the soul. People don't cease to exist when they die. If we're taking the Christianity worldview, if we're not taking the Christianity
Thank you, Wasn't Me. I appreciate that.
If we're taking the Christianity worldview, then people just go to either be with God for eternity, i.e. kids, mothers, fathers, whomever has passed away on this side of eternity, and others go to spend eternity away apart from God. Hitler,
You're
on the
telling
other hand,
me-
cannot do that.
Okay. So if all Hitler had to do was write in a book that life was valuable, and then all of a sudden the killings that he did and the murders, however you want to, whatever, would have been fine, justified? Because that's your basis for actually every argument you've made on this life is that every human being that died under God's eyes is fine because a book says it was okay. That has literally been your fucking argument.
Oh,
So
my goodness.
no, seriously.
I
right?
thought we said, hold on. Can I ask you a question? I asked you at the beginning of this if we want to take the whole Bible to be.
That's your argument.
No, I'm cool, but I'm just saying because the Bible is where in which we derive the Christianity worldview, right? And I'm saying if we're taking the whole Christian,
Fine,
worldview,
but I'm not using a.
if we're taking the whole,
What other part of the worldview do I need to include?
what it's the drastic part in which you're missing
Thank
when
you,
you're
Tommy.
comparing Hitler to God is that God gave life. He created life. He sustains
Again,
life.
I don't care that he gave something to someone. If you kill people, right, and they can feel or drowning in a flood, I don't care if you gave me 10 Maseratis, dude. What does it matter? What is you Christians are so fucking sick in the head. Who gives a shit? They died miserably, and you're saying because in a fucking book it said life was a gift, that it's okay? What the fuck's wrong with you? What? Like, you hear yourself? Like, this is how brain dead you people are. You actually think it's okay what God did because it says in a book that life is a gift? That's literally the only argument you've given me of anything.
But
I don't give a shit
Respectful-
if Hitler doesn't matter. I don't think you understand. Giving someone a gift and then killing them doesn't make it okay. Right?
respectfully, yeah, but respectfully,
Unless that's what you're saying.
okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I don't know when you be finished. So Are you done? Can I respond?
Yeah. So I just answer this, I guess. Hey, is it okay if I give people a gift and then kill them?
No, it's not okay if you just give them a gift.
Okay, so it's not okay if I give people a gift and then kill them. Thank you very much.
What's up? Hey, can you hear me?
I did not mean to put Johnny in here. Johnny, my bad, bro. What is going on with my connection? What's weird is my connection's fine, and it appears to be lagging, so... Don't know. Parker's in here. Parker, hi. Parker, do you want to subscribe with all your big money bucks you got? Will you subscribe to me? Parker, will you subscribe to me? Please, Parker? Parker, be a VIP. Hey, Kay, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing good. Are you here for debate?
I was just wondering, are are you pro-life or pro-choice?
I am pro sentience, but I'm pro choice.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
How so?
Because I'm pro-life.
Oh, okay. So is that what you wanted to debate then, I guess?
Yeah, I was just wondering where you were standing on that, because I joined like in the middle of that previous conversation. I wasn't sure.
Parker! Guys, everyone, W. Parker, he actually subscribed. Oh my gosh, he actually subscribed. I mean, like, I want to thank him, but like, I don't feel bad at all because he'll make that back in 1 second. But Parker, thank you so much. I'm going to FaceTime you and give you a big kiss later. Anyways, Kay, sorry, thanks, Parker. Okay, Kay, go ahead. Sorry.
You're all good. No, I had joined in the middle of the last conversation with the other person, and so I wasn't sure where you're standing. I just wanted to ask.
So, what is your justification for being pro-life?
Well, there's a few things.
Thanks, Ben.
In the context of, like, if we're gonna define like abortion, what it actually is, because I mean, there's been videos of like the procedures, whether that be like the surgical abortions or the chemical abortions, and like it's pretty obvious that abortion is ending the life of a fetus.
I agree.
And if the fetus is said innocent, then by that, like, if we're going to follow like a logical syllogism, like if abortion is ending the life of a fetus, and if ending the life of someone or a fetus is killing, then by that, like, deduction, we can all agree that abortion is killing.
Sure. No one, I don't think anyone denies that.
So there's that. Like, I believe that abortion is wrong because you're ending the life.
Thank you.
You're ending the life of a fetus.
Sure.
And the baby.
Oh, go ahead.
The baby did nothing wrong. Like, if the baby was
baby or fetus?
Baby, fetus, same thing. Fetus is Latin for baby. So.
Okay. Well, I don't really care about the Latin term, but that's fine.
Okay.
Because scientifically, they definitely both have different meanings.
Yeah, I know some people who are pro-choice, they prefer the term fetus because if they can dehumanize a baby, then they have no problem killing it.
Do you understand the difference between a baby and a fetus?
They're the same thing.
Okay, do you understand the scientific difference between the different stages in pretermal development between a baby and a fetus? Because they are definitely not the same thing.
Yes, I understand. Like,
fantastic.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
Just because in another language they are synonymous does not mean that I am clearly insinuating that they are both the same thing. And I think we can both deduct that that a fetus and a baby and their pretermal development are very, 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 very different. Not only with viability, with sentience, just all around completely different, right? So what is it that you value about a fetus that you would take people's right away to healthcare?
Okay. If we're gonna bring like right to healthcare into this, so as a woman, if I was to get pregnant, like, let's say if it was rape, if it was a one night stand, and I was pregnant with a child, I don't have any right over that, what I can do with that child that's now inside my body, because that's not my body. That's another body growing inside my body. So I have no right.
Well, I mean, it depends. What if it's not a body? What if it's just a zygote? What if it's just a clump of cells? Then it's not a body. It's literally just a clump of cells.
So when would you say that life begins?
When sentience occurs.
And when would you say that sentience occurs?
Literature shows 22 to 24 weeks.
So you're saying that it's not alive until a woman is like 22 weeks?
No,
pregnant.
I mean, it by definition, there is life, just like a plant has life, just like a weed in your garden has life. But I don't value any of those things because there is no pain that these things feel. There is no sentience. There is no viability. There's nothing. It is literally nothing.
Except for all the videos that have come out from like organizations that are pro-life, that have showed in like an ultrasound. If you actually watch an ultrasound of a baby getting aborted, when you have the tools that are going up the woman's vagina and they're ripping the baby limb from limb, the baby actually does feel pain, and it actually is squirming away from
Nope,
from the
they don't
tools
feel-
they use?
Do you have a source to show that it feels pain? Because I don't really think that you getting a video off Twitter or a pro-life source is proving that it has pain. Sorry.
I mean, have you ever seen an ultrasound? Like a live ultrasound?
I have seen a live ultrasound. You understand movement and feeling pain are not synonymous, right?
Okay, yes, except for the fact that when you actually watch a video of an abortion happening and watching one happen and you see the baby in utero squirming away from the medical devices that are trying to rip its limbs off.
Okay, and does that mean it can feel pain?
If it couldn't feel pain, then why would it squirm away?
I actually have, I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, so if it's squirming
No,
away...
the answer isn't that I don't have an answer so that it must feel pain, right? Let's be very careful what you're saying here. You are denying all scientific literature to say that it must feel pain because you watched a video on a pro-life website of a baby squirming during abortion, therefore a fetus, I apologize. Therefore it must feel pain, right? It still has movement, right? I don't know. I'm sure it's not just, I mean, what you explain it. I don't think it's going to come out and just be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Right? So, unless you have some scientific literature to prove that, because the literature is basically saying that, there's something called the thalamus, and by 20 weeks, it's a part of the brain that is involved in pain perception. And without this, there are no form connections in the cerebral cortex. There's nothing, right? This is a scientific fact. This is a consensus. So I'm sorry to tell you, but you getting this off a pro-life website is a really bad conclusion to take, because again, we would expect movement within the fetus, but we're not seeing in any literature from any independent think tank, Republican, pro-choice, pro-life, none of these places, well, it's just scientifically impossible. So I again,
But also you're the one who said that life does not begin until 22 weeks.
yes, I would.
And there's
let me
many
rephrase
studies
that.
done by Harvard and Princeton and like the University of Chicago that say life begins at conception.
Yes,
So
I just told you a weed technically is alive. What I should have said is that I do not value life because it literally has no sentience, right?
So you don't value life up until 22 weeks because some little study told you so.
Because I think you missed it, hon. I think I said all scientific literature is pointing towards what I just said.
Except multiple studies done by Yale, Harvard, University of Chicago all say that life begins at conception. So when the sperm meets the
Okay,
egg...
so you don't know, what does the term sentience mean? I don't think you understand what I'm talking about.
Well, I don't understand what you're talking about because...
Then why don't you ask? Why are you assuming? Because it's not going well.
Okay, so then what are you referring to?
So to be clear, you do not know what sentience means, correct?
I'm assuming it's like the beginning of life.
Nope. Sentience is the capacity to feel. It's the capacity to think. It is the capacity to know of your own existence. So I would consider that more, in my eyes, I would consider that more of the real, I guess that's not life, because again, weeds are alive. But that is what sentience is. Just like someone that is declared brain dead on a table, I don't think really has any value to being alive anymore. I also don't think something that is brain dead in the womb that can't feel shit, or actually even had a life, has no dependence, no human dependence, has any value either, right? So those are the difference. That's what scientific literature says. No one's denying that there is not human cellular biology happening within the first